Let's get started then. This is TST meeting on December 17th, 2024. Before starting, let me remind that this meeting is recorded and will be published on social media channels. Joaquin, you're here. Let's start with BISD status again first. So thank you for the lab tour you gave us last week. It was very helpful. And beside that, do you have anything new to give a status to us today?
Let's keep it short. Can you click please in the SOB there in the link in the left, because we are mostly done with it. I mean, several milestones. Those were the old milestones. There are these M15, M16, and M2. These were considered done with the lab tour. So we are actually we have left milestone 1.4 related to the OLTs and the upgrade process, and then the milestones 3.1 and 3.2 that are for the pipelines. We are testing both sort of in parallel, and we are going back and forth with the vendors in the M14. We have upgraded all OLTs, Radisys, Atran, and Sixel. And still, each of them have some small issues that we are working to fix. We are having answers from the vendors. It still takes a little bit of time between with the melting pond and going back and forth. We hope that we can get this done by the end of the year, and we set the criteria. Even if once we are there, the pipelines will be mostly done. We want to have at least the DHCP and ping through the OLT before considering that the OLT has been successfully updated. It's true that once we are in that state, pipelines are mostly expected to run, but until we have traffic actually running to the OLT, we are reluctant to consider that done.
Okay, thank you. Any questions to Joaquin about this? Okay, going to the next one. Abhilash, what's the status with the VGC test suites?
Yes, I think so. The changes are merged, but Eric, I'm not able to see that in the dashboard. I'm not sure if we have to do something for that.
Yeah, I left a comment on the ticket on Friday. It wasn't in the dashboard automatically, but I added it. So you should be able to see it there. And also there's a failure in the test. So that needs to be looked at because I don't think that test suite is being run anywhere else.
Yes, correct. I was just trying to check that in the dashboard. I'm not able to find it. Okay, let me check again. It's in the VOLTHA 2.x tests, that one, or which tab?
Yes.
Okay, I'll check again and I'll leave you a message in Slack if at all I want anything. And also looks like I don't have permissions to build the pipelines. Can you please provide Rick, the permissions?
Yeah. Yeah, let me double check that. I added you to a group that should have it, but I will double check and see what the issue is.
Okay. So the changes are merged. We just have to run it once. And probably, as Eric mentioned, there is a failure somewhere. I'll have to check what the failure is.
Okay, let's talk on the release 13 planning. So the last week we listed some patches. Ablash, you actually listed some patches that need to be merged. So I think I checked them all, and all of them are merged. So is there any other patch that still needs to be merged? Important, or
Yeah, there are a few, not many, 4-5 patches. I think so. They're already. I have reviewed them. I have a +1 on them. If you could check and provide your comments, then we can merge them as well. So the important ones are in, and these are like crashes and few error handling scenarios. Once they're in, then we are good.
Okay, is there a list for them? I mean, to put them into
Actually,
this note so that we know that after all this merged, we can start the release.
yeah, actually, I wanted to put that the list was very long then. So
Still,
now it's a bit shorter. So quite a few.
okay.
So I'll update the list in the page after a while.
Okay then. So do you think that we need to wait for all of these patches to be merged before the release, or can we skip some of them, and merge them after the release?
There is one specifically which we need to get in. I'll ping that. The rest of them, I think so, should be fine. I'll
Okay.
just ping on the Slack, the one which is a must.
Okay, then let's review this and merge this one, and I propose to start the release because we don't have too much time, and Eric will be off next week. So let's start the release this week if we can. Actually, it also depends on the test pipelines, and in the last meeting, you had a action about the test pipelines to check them, and if there are some failures, and fix them. So do you have a status update there?
Yeah, there is one test case which is failing in multiple test suits. So that is sort of a timing problem. So I'm checking that. Hopefully, I think so. Most probably, we'll have to change the test suit to have some delay or make some checks before doing that test case. So I'll have something by tomorrow on my head. I think so that test case should go through once we are fixed.
Okay, is it only one pipeline we have problem with?
No, the same test case is being run in, I think so, multiple test suits, multiple pipelines. So at least 2 or 3 of them I have seen having the same. I'll fix that. Hopefully they should go through.
Okay. So should we wait for this before the release?
Yes, probably not all of them, because it will be very difficult. There are quite a bit of them failing, which are which will take time to check. So I think so the most important ones, the bigger ones, which are covering more test cases, we can have them green, and then we should be good. It's up to the TST as well. This is what I feel, because with only few days of time and trying to fix all the test suits, it will be a bit difficult, because there are a lot of them where 1-2 test cases are failing.
Yeah, we can still do releasing, at the beginning of the first week of the Jan or second week. If we're not confident with the pipelines and we need to fix them, then we can postpone the release a few weeks.
Actually, few weeks will be a bit difficult. Why? Because we have those dependency on the vendor adapters, and that is why the release has to happen from DT's perspective, and DT and Radis's perspective. And let me work on this, Mahir. I'll just check what is the timeline. If at all it doesn't happen this week, what is the next probable date? I'll just sync up with you later and come up with a date.
Okay. So keep in mind that, Eric will be off, as I said, the next week. Eric, will you be available after the next week or not? I mean, what's your first available time to start to work on this release task if it can't do it this week?
Let's see, in January, I would return January 6th.
You return January 6th.
Yes.
Okay. So now or after January 6th, Abhilash?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I'll get back on this.
Okay, thank you. And what about the release task? Have you opened one last week or?
Yeah, I have opened and I have notified Eric as well on the
Okay.
ticket.
Can you also put the task link or ID on this meeting note so that we can also reach it easily?
Sure.
While I'm taking these notes, Eric, you had a topic for the agenda about the transition to the new Jira. Do you want to chime in and talk on that?
Yeah, so basically we would be moving from the self-hosted Jira to a cloud instance. Advantages are that it's automatically managed and much less likely to go down than a self-hosted one. It's always the latest software and has all of its security updates patched in by Atlassian. It's very nice. We'll lose compatibility with the Garrett plugin, which is annoying, but you lose the automatic links. Anyway, so basically I'd like to do the migration on Thursday. That will involve taking all the data from the current Jira, moving it over to the cloud instance, and then switching over the DNS. So after a couple hours, it'll pretty much just be when you go to the Jira site, you will be put at this new cloud instance instead. It should have all the old data. So I'm pretty much wondering if anybody has any issues with doing this migration this coming Thursday.
I don't see any problem on my side.
Okay. Great, then I will put that on the calendar.
On this Thursday, you said.
Yes, the 19th.
Yeah. So I don't have any other item on the agenda. So stage is open for anyone to bring any topic or any discussion. Okay, then. Ablash, we will be waiting the list of the important patches that are needed to be merged today or this week before the release. And we will be also waiting from you about this status of the pipelines and if the fix that you are planning to do will turn all the patches green, and can we do the release this week or in the Jan 6th week? Okay.
Sure. Hello.
Then I'll give 40 minutes of your day back to you and see you all later. And happy holiday to everybody.
Happy
We,
holidays.
we don't have meeting next week and others, so let's see all of you in the new year.
Thank you, Mahir. See you.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Thank you all. Bye.